Hi, this is Scott Geitler, the owner of Bluewater Photo and Bluewater Travel, and today we are going to talk about a very exciting package that we sell called the Olympus E-M5 Mark II bundle. First, I want to tell you what this bundle contains. It contains underwater housing for the Olympus E-M5 Mark II camera. It contains the camera itself. It contains a 14-42 kit lens. It contains a port and a zoom gear for the lens. So you really have everything you need to get in the water and start taking great photos. Now, the E-M5 Mark II is a great current model mirrorless camera, and it's very fast focusing. There's great lenses available. We're really big fans of this setup, and depending on the specials going on, the price is anywhere from like $1,200, $1,400, $1,500. It's about almost half off of what you would pay if you got everything individually. So in terms of the price range, just over $1,000. If you want a better, higher end camera system, this is your best value by far in the market. If you're used to shooting a compact setup, the mirrorless, the biggest advantage it offers is focusing speed. It focuses significantly faster. There's much less lag when viewing your image right after you take a shot. So it just really means you can shoot faster underwater, and you can start thinking about doing photos of things that are moving around. You might need to take multiple shots instead of just one shot at a time with a compact camera. Another thing is, once you're in the world of mirrorless cameras, now we're talking about interchangeable lenses. So you can put dozens and dozens of different types of lenses on this camera, ranging from long telephoto zooms to macro to wide angle to fisheye, to really get exactly the kind of shots you want to get underwater. The size of this is still quite small, very easy to travel with, very light. It is bigger than a compact. It's not ultra small, but it's much smaller than a DSLR. A DSLR does have advantages. A DSLR is a whole nother level of focusing speed and response time, but you can still get very excellent results with a mirrorless camera. Now, this housing is made of polycarbonate. A lot of people do want to spend the extra money for an aluminum housing made by CNC or Aquatica or Nauticam for one of the Olympus mirrorless models, and for a couple of reasons. The aluminum housing support a lot more cameras, and it also supports more lenses. Like, for example, the Olympus 7-14 f2.8 Pro wide angle. And overall, the size of the aluminum housings are a little smaller. The ergonomics are better. But again, it is quite a jump in price for the package. So if budget is an issue, I would definitely go with this Olympus housing bundle. So let's talk about what you need besides the bundle itself. First of all, if you really will need to get either a strobe or a video light or a constant on light to add light to your photos. If you're going to get a strobe, it's very important to understand that you have to set up the camera and the flash the right way to work with the strobe inside the housing. It's not complicated, but it's not simple either. Make sure you get a link to the setup guide from Bluewater Photo salesperson, or go to the Underwater Photography Guide, one of our sister companies, and learn how to set up your Olympus E-M5 Mark II housing inside an Olympus housing. That's very important. You may also want some lenses. The 60mm macro lens is an excellent choice for macro, and it actually works inside the port, so you don't need another port. And if you want to go wider, you can get the Olympus 9-18mm lens in the dome port. I also recommend the Panasonic 7-14, which is a great wide-angle lens for land and underwater. And both fisheye lenses are supported, either the Panasonic 8mm fisheye or the Olympus f1.8 Pro fisheye. So you do have a lot of lenses supported. You can change the port on this housing. It's not, again, not as easy as with aluminum housing, but it's very doable, and a lot of people do it. For strobes, we recommend the CNC strobes work really well. You can just shoot with a fiber optic cable, and it works really nice, either the YSO3, YSO1, or YSD2J. The ion strobes also work quite well with this setup. If you want to take video, we have great video lights from Big Blue, from Fix, from Light in Motion, and from Kraken. And if you don't want to have to do the manual settings that you need to use a strobe, you can also take still photos using a strong constant on light, a video light. So a light like the Light in Motion Sola 2500 we have on special, and the Kraken 3500, both of those are highly recommended for a really good strong video light / constant on light, where you can get very good photos. Now you will be limited to a little bit closer to the camera. It doesn't work as well for further away shots like a strobe does, but it can work. So you can get 1 or 2 video lights and use those for still photos, or you can get 2 strobes. If you're shooting wide angle or very small aperture, super macro, I do recommend 1 or 2 strobes ultimately. Speaking of macro, you can either use the kit lens, and you can get a macro adapter and use a great macro lens like the Bluewater +7 or the Nauticam CMC lens, and those also are great options for the 60mm macro lens. It is a push-on macro adapter, so you don't have the advantage of having a flip adapter like you do with the aluminum housings, but it works fine, and people can get very amazing macro shots. And I've used the E-M5 Mark II and the 60mm macro lens, Bluewater +7, and got some really nice shots during our NLL Philippines workshops. So that is my overview of the bundle. Like I said, there's a lot of options you can get with it. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or my staff at sales@bluewaterphotostore.com. I hope this video was helpful, and thanks for watching.